Nice, huge. Oh, there's all the legs down. Oh, yeah, Danny! He's an animal! So down at Shingle Street today for the annual meetup. Flat water session, big kite loops, big airs. I've got the new Dice SLS, 2023 Dice SLS. Got me my trusty Team Series board, got some bananas, and obviously we've got the GoPro, so this should be an epic session. Got all the guys out there so far. I've just helped everyone launch and get out, and I'm going to get set up now, get out for a session myself. Happy days. Monster Lou!
Ethan! Got in the way!
Oh man, Ethan's always in the way! Oh no! Don't jump over me, Mr. AJ! That could be dangerous! Oh, yeah, boy!
Oh yeah, press record, it starts recording. Hello. Oh, buddy!
driving. Whee! Hello, sir. Got your big boy pants on today? Lewis on the 9-inch Kite SLS. Gonna get saucy! Boom! Nice. Super lovely send-in session on the SLS. It's so painful! Hope you enjoyed that session we had. So that was with me, Lewis, AJ, Dan, Ethan, who got in the way a little bit, but we'll forgive him. So the dice is a super fun, playful kite. It's more designed towards intermediate riders and to advanced riders rather than first beginner, because it's got some C shape to it, although you've got great D power with them. But they're really playful, and you get more out of it if you really know how to work the kite and you can really throw it around, because then you get the most from the kite rather than as a beginner. Something like the Evo would be a much better kite because you can just pull the bar in, you've got that sheet and go performance. With the dice, it handles better, it works better if you can really move it around the sky and utilise it. Utilise its speed and its turning ability. That's where the dice really comes through. So the dice came out with the SLS version, it would have been last year, was the first dice SLS model, and that was a massive step up. So the dice was already in really great shape and they've made it better with the SLS version. So that cuts down, I think, about 15% of the weight. It also makes it stiffer so it responds faster. That just means for kite loops that the kite's gonna get round the loop faster because it's a stiffer airframe. You're not getting as much contortion of the frame. It holds its shape better, drives through the turn, and then being a lighter kite as well, as it comes to the top, you've got less resistance there as well through the weight, so the kite pops up to the top of the window too, and you really notice that, and that's why a lot of the guys now are able to do double kite loops on the dice SLS, because it's so responsive and so quick through the sky. And that's a double thumbs up from me. So already when the Dice 2022 SLS came out, last year's model, that was fantastic, really enjoyed that. I really noticed the difference with the SLS version. And what they've done this year with the same material, they've now tweaked the design slightly to get the most out of those materials. And so you've got really precise handling, you've got really powerful lift on the takeoff, so you're going to rip it off the ground, go really high. Kite loops are super sweet, and you've got better hang time on this year as well. Know that you've got to throw them around to really get the most out of them. But when you do, it's pretty epic. You can tell I was buzzing a bit, right? Love doing those loops on the dice, it's just super easy. So more than any other kite, with the dice you can jump up, I can just crank one side of the bar, just pulling as hard as I can. You can take one hand off, do some grabs, that's when you're going to go through your board off kite loops as well if you want to. And then get more rotations in. And you just know the kite is going to go around a nice predictable loop. Similar timing each time. Some of the flatter kites, you got to keep an eye on them more. The dice is easier to then progress into other kite loop tricks like boogie loops, or you're going to do some back roll kite loops, you're going to do some board off kite loops, stuff where you might not be looking at the kite. I think the dice is nicer for that, because you can leave the kite sort of doing its own thing, just crank for the loop, and then you can come back here and you can sort of mess with the board off, or you can then go for your rotations as well. So I hope you enjoyed that video. Give us a thumbs up, comment below. Got a Rebel video coming out soon as well, and well, probably more session videos as the wind is stonking now. It's been pretty rubbish for a while. I haven't been able to get out kite looping, which is a real shame, because I love kite looping, I love going big, and in the summertime it's more sort of 15-meter freestyle weather where I live. So yeah, it's fun times. And you might have heard a shout, "Oh, my belly," at the end of the session, and that was because we'd had 2 super strong wind days, like 3 days apart, and our just abs were ripped to shreds. We just kind of help boosting as high as we can when the wind's strong, so hence the pain and the screams. But I love it, can't get enough of it. I hope you're enjoying kiting at the moment and you managed to get out loads. Yeah, hit us up in the comments. Nice to hear from people, and I shall speak to you soon. Take care, guys. Bye.